Merry Christmas everyone, and welcome back to Rolling Ragu. If today is your first video, you've joined us on the 35th episode of Season 3. So Season 3 is about to wind up. We have 2 or 3 episodes left. This season has had lots of adventure, but the theme of the season seemed to be escaping the heat. And today's episode, we're going to show you our escape from southern Utah. Now, we had spent the previous night at Gooseneck State Park near the town of Mexican Hat. Now, the heat had gotten so entirely suppressing that I didn't even bother to pull out the camera to film our escape. You know, most of us can take the heat for a day, 2 days, 3 days. A good bit of this summer was in this heat for us. You know how a horse gets that get back to the barn mentality, like if he knows it's feeding time? We knew it was air-conditioned time.
Oh my goodness, this road. Oh, this ain't good for the trailer. Oh, Dad, slow down. This is Utah 191, is it?
My mother's favorite rock. If I can't have you, stay with me. Interestingly enough, we've had several seasons that we've headed back home not using all the time we had available. Usually we aren't home more than a couple of days when we regret that decision and wish we had taken advantage of the time we had. Now, we had no idea what a wise decision it would be on this particular year to head back. We had decided with about a week left that we would go back to New Orleans. Remember, this season started celebrating my parents' 50th wedding anniversary in New Orleans. And we decided that we would use the last week of the summer to be back with family again. Another common theme with Rolling Ragu seems to be that every time we see a cloud of bovine fecal matter floating in the air, we like to roll the windows down. And so you can see that in Season 1 and here again in Season 3.
Dad did it. Dad.
Oh no!
Dad.
Got it again.
Our success stories are
Why would you do that?
Well, because I didn't see a dust cloud. I didn't think it'd be that bad.
see, smell.
Oh my gosh. Look at them. Look, guys, they're getting them up in there. The cowboys.
We are on I-40, came into Amarillo, and Mom is making, hold on.
Sandwiches.
Mom is making sandwiches. We're gonna have lunch here on the side of the road, but we're not just at any point along the side of the road. We are
at Cadillac Ranch. If I can figure out how to zoom, you can see 10 dots across the way. Those are Cadillacs.
They are, Owen.
I'm being smart.
Yes, we are at Cadillac Ranch, and we were at Cadillac Ranch in 2014 was our first visit here. We're passing here again, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't need to pass here again
I don't either.
for a long time. Texas was kind of neat to drive across our first time doing it. Second time, we've seen it. Let's go out and take a look at the cars and then we'll come back and have lunch. Told you it was an ice cream truck, man.
Well, they can stop playing that music.
Now, if you haven't been here to the Cadillac Ranch, the thing to do is to spray paint graffiti on the car. If you don't have spray paint, if you showed up unprepared, there's usually a prefala, what's the word? Is it prefala? Yeah. A prefala of used spray cans on the ground. And so we took advantage of that. All right, guys, go have fun.
Grab a paint can.
Why'd you choose a peace sign, son?
I don't know, it just popped in my head.
Cool, Ethan. Etha. Was it as much fun as you remembered it being?
Well, last time I came here, it wasn't much fun at all, so it was fun now, because I got to be at the carts.
You sounded almost ungrateful there for a second, but then you recovered well when you saw the look on my face, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ungrateful little sucker, I tell you.
Oh, man.
Ethan,
Sir?
what did you think?
It was cool.
See, this is my grateful son. He's grateful. We need more grateful in this family. Right, Owen?
Yeah.
It ain't Disney World, but it's worth a 5-minute stop if you're on the interstate. Either side of this is nothing really to look at anyway, so it gives you a reason for a pit stop. Some lady while we were out there was saying there was something with Volkswagens, like a bug farm or something where they planted Volkswagens. I'd never heard of that, but it's supposed to be nearby, she said. All right, onward. Sometimes there's an opportunity that we can visit family that we haven't seen in a long time. And on this trip, we have a cousin in the Dallas area, and we tried to connect with him. We are, I'm thinking, well, we're about 50 miles from Wichita Falls still. And it's telling us about 3.5 hours to use, so we're not going to make it to you tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry it didn't work out. It would have been nice to visit with you. We got a lot of barbecue shops.
And Dairy Queens.
Dairy. Texas seems to have an abundance of city and public parks that offer camping. And in Wichita Falls, Texas, we stopped here at one right off the interstate. We made it to Wichita Falls, Texas. Oh, I think they stretched Texas out. It is quite wide. We stopped. They have what is either a city or a county park. Either way, it's a public park. And it's got beautiful setup for camping. So unfortunately, our water doesn't work. So the boys have been bringing these jugs. We're filling our fresh tank, and that'll get us through the one night. We just all want to take a shower. There is a dump station. You can see what the sites look like. There are, I don't know, I'm going to guess about 30 sites here. And they all look fairly nice. A couple of them are shaded, like this one behind me where the van is. Now the busy road is right behind us. You can hear it. So, but does that bother us when the air conditioner is running? Of course not. I could care less what's going on outside once that air conditioner is running. Cindy is inside getting some dinner ready. I think tonight is taco night or quesadilla night. And we're gonna get this water and then go sit in the air conditioner. One of our surprises in travel is the quality of water as you go across the country.
Thanks for getting me the water, but what does it taste like?
Corn husk.
Corn husk? From Texas. Wichita Falls, Texas tastes like corn husk water. All right. Thank you.
I like to walk around and talk to neighbors, and so I just talk to the people you see behind me there. 99% of the time, it's very positive, and glad I said hello. Every once in a while, you meet someone that you should have just kept to yourself. That couple was very strange. For the most part, boondocking in public places like Walmarts and Cabela's and things like that go uneventful. But we have had a few occasions where something goes bump in the night and we can't relax the rest of the night. This was one of those occasions. We're almost positive that what was happening here was a group of young men decided that the park was a private, dark place that they could come get into some sort of mischief, and we couldn't get ourselves to sleep. I'm usually not too quick to call authorities, but in occasions like this, when you have your wife and children in a tuna box out in the middle of the night in a strange city, I wasn't willing to take any chances.
I see something there. Some lights. What's going on?
We saw some suspicious activity. Actually, Cindy did. A car pulled in, drove through the campground, and then came back and parked over there, and then 4 men got out.
Four big men.
Big men, and walked off into the woods right as we were about to go to bed. So we called the city police, and they said they'd send a dispatcher, and he was here literally like 2 minutes after I got off the phone. Mm-hmm. And he's out there walking around. He got back in his car. Looks like he's probably running tags or something. He's not looking in the area of where the guys walked to, but I don't want to go out there, call attention to myself by giving him more information. So we're just going to sit tight, see what happens. Now, we never did actually talk to law enforcement, but we got the outcome that we were hoping for. We watched as they did find the young men out in the woods and escorted them out of the park. And one of the patrol cars sat around for maybe an hour after they had gone, just to make sure no one returned. We were able to go to sleep. No harm to us, no harm to them, and everybody had a good night. And just like that, we were on the road again, heading east to Louisiana. Next stop, Natchitoches. Thank you for joining us. Remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends about us. Merry Christmas.